Some 5 persons kidnapped in the littoral region of Cameroon, precisely in the Senegal Maritime Division of the littoral region of Cameroon, have been freed by security officials, and a teacher accused of torturing a 9-year-old kid of a school in the economic capital city has been arrested. The teacher, alongside the mother of the kid, are in the hands of police officials. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the Primetime Newscast on Equinoxe Television. Still with us. Some individuals kidnapped by unidentified gunmen in the Nyongankele division of the central region of Cameroon, precisely in Ezeka, have been freed by gendarmerie officials. This was after a long search that took gendarmerie officials into the forest in the central region of Cameroon. We have details with Semat Njikan Gabriel in the following report.
They were 5 in number who were abducted by unknown gunmen in Ezeka, Nyongankele Division, Central Region. On the 23rd of February 2022, 4 unidentified gunmen kidnapped 5 Cameroonians who were all from the Northwest region. Immediately, the Legion Commander of the Central Region got in contact with me to get into action with my elements. We then went to the forest in an operation dubbed the Night, which was geared at searching in all the forests from Dibang, Lupi and some parts of Puma.
A mené une grande battue dans les forêts de Dibang, Loupé et une partie de Puma.
The search that was done mainly in the forest yielded fruit as the abducted persons were recovered several hours later. After several hours of search, we saw an abandoned house. In a shootout, the kidnappers ran away, leaving behind their hostages. That was how we took them and brought them to our office. We thank the population of Dibang for their collaboration. We shall continue to work with them in our different operations so that we could bring to book all defaulters of the law.
Nous leur demandons de continuer de faire confiance à la gendarmerie nationale pour qu'ensemble nous puissions mettre un terme à l'élan de grand banditisme qui voudrait s'installer dans la circonscription de.
Unfortunately, the unknown gunmen who kidnapped these 5 are on the run. But security forces in Ezeka have vowed not to sleep until the unknown gunmen are caught and presented for justice to take its course.
Kidnappings, which has been a common phenomenon in the conflictive northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, is fast moving to the rest of Cameroon, into the central region of Cameroon, and the men of the underworld are said to be on the run. Meantime, in the economic capital city, inhabitants of Ancien Total in Newbel, that's in the Douala 2 municipality, say that enormous material damage has been caused after a demolition exercise in their neighborhood of the city of Douala saw their shops destroyed. Inosanaze has the rest of the story.
Perplexed and stranded business persons who see their investments vanish in what they qualify immediate and unscrupulous demolition of their shops at Ancien Total New Bell in the Douala 2 subdivision. My friend called and informed me of the demolition exercise. Upon my arrival, I discovered my goods and those of my friend were already stolen. They should have informed us at least 3 days before so that we transfer our goods to the warehouse.
Voyez comment on vient un grand mercredi comme aujourd'hui. On vient pour vendre, on constate que tous nos marchandises sont détruits. Vraiment, où va le pays ici?
A demolition ordered by the senior divisional officer for Wuri with aim to decongest and put the city orderly. It was carried out in the presence of security forces ready to contain any protest from the victims. The losses incurred as a result are enormous.
C'est inquantifiable.
All what is being collected over there are goods and lives of people who battle daily to have a token in their pockets.
On est en train de vivre un véritable drame. Je vous dis un véritable drame.
This 160 meter square piece of land is disputed by some individuals. The land titles of 1974 and 1975, brandished for ownership by Abdul Aziz Konate and Jean-Daniel Makoso respectively, were cancelled at the end of 2021 by the Minister of State Properties, Survey and Land Tenure for lack of tangible proof of ownership. A decision authorities in Douala stand to benefit from. This decision has been contested in court by the set holders of the cancelled land titles, who denounce what they term an abuse by authorities. We are still in court and no decision has been taken yet, except suspension of our land titles.
Et une procédure au fond, puisque le ministre nous a répondu, bien évidemment en nous disant qu'il ne remet pas suite à la réhabilitation de nos titres qu'il avait annulés.
Conflict is the reason why the minister decided to cancel the two land titles. The bearers, despite this, have approached the court for the material loss incurred, worth millions of francs CFA as a result of the demolition. Hundreds of millions have been lost. We have goods of traders in there. We have contracts with the business persons. The procedure to transform the troubled private property to state property for a long time now is still being contested. The case still pens in front of the administrative court in Douala.
Innocent Azadeh reporting, and we stay in the economic capital city Douala to talk the wild reactions of Cameroonians, mainly on social media, after the publication of images, shocking images of a student and Cameroonians who have been expressing their concerns, very deep concerns. It is important to emphasize concerning or following the release of a shocking video in which a 9-year-old class 5 pupil of École Maternelle et Primaire Lauréat in Douala is being severely tortured by his teacher, a certain Gamji. Reports say that the teacher was acting under the instructions of the mother of the child, and of course following the shocking images and wide condemnations coming from Cameroonians in and out of the economic capital city Douala, police sources today descended to the school located in the village neighborhood of the Douala 3 municipality. Police officials from the 8th police district, that is commonly known as officials from the Witiam police district in the city of Douala, descended to the school and got the teacher arrested. The mother of the child has also been taken by security officials. Information got in few minutes to the start of this newscast said that they've been ferried from the 8th police district in Dakar to the judicial police in Bonanjo, in the heart of the economic capital city Douala. On your screen there is the teacher being taken away. Information also we also gathered on the scene indicates that the teacher was acting on instructions of the mother, the single mother of the child, who said the child has been very hidden. We are also yet to confirm this from the parts of the family, but the teacher, after the unfortunate and widely condemned incident, took on to the social media some few days ago, apologizing. On the shocking images, the teacher is being seen using a cutlass and a cane, whipping the child who was stripped naked, and at one point the teacher also takes the hammer, hitting the child's fingers on the bench in the school. As couldn't be seen there, the teacher using a hammer and also a hitting on the child who is also being held closely by schoolmates. And the voice gotten off camera indicates that the teacher was also acting in the presence of some of his colleagues, teachers of the school which has been identified as École Maternelle et Primaire Lauréat in Village is a neighborhood in the Douala 3 municipality. We shall be coming back to a report compiled by Glory Mala, who went to the scene in the course of this newscast. But time for us to talk a fire incident this time around in the west region of Cameroon, to say that enormous material damage has been recorded in a fire incident in Fumban in the Noon division of the west region of Cameroon. Several wood depots and wood transformation plants were ravaged by the wild flames. According to local sources, witnesses recount that the fire incident started at about 11 p.m. last night. The wild flames consumed everything, including the wood and machines. Owners of the depot and wood transformation plants say they have incurred huge costs in millions of francs CFA as a result of the unfortunate fire incident. We shall be coming back to the report. And it's time for us to take you out of Cameroon in news following the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. NATO has been reacting, and the US president has also warned Russia from further actions. But just what is NATO doing in order to save Russia or Ukraine is the interest of this report, courtesy of our foreign news channel.
Across Ukraine, the sounds of war. The dead are already being counted. The living are speaking to the world.
My world is collapsed.
We're basically very scared. Nobody deserves this.
Russia's president has long signaled this attack built on lies.
The intention of the repeated propaganda on television is to justify the war.
As Ukraine bears the brunt, Europe is on edge.
This hideous and barbaric venture of Vladimir Putin must end in failure.
Tough talk from leaders, but what will they do? Is it enough?
We're imposing further severe sanctions.
Canada has a stake as a democracy, and because so many here are worried about loved ones there.
Knowing that they all possibly can die today is unbearable.
We know the cost will be high and the innocent will pay. What we don't know, how will it end? This is The National. This is the Ukrainian.
And that's where we draw curtains on this edition of the 6 p.m. newscast on Equinoxe Television. We thank you for your keen attention. We urge you to stay in the company of interesting programs on Equinoxe.